Maya, 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 Maya,
Alo? Salut! Sunt eu, un haiduc și te rog, iubirea mea, primește fericirea. Alo? Alo? Sunt eu, Picasso, ți-am dat bip și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău.
Greetings, I'm Travelling Matt here, and I'm reporting back on day 3 of our Greater Romania trip. And I am sitting at the moment on the balcony of our room at the Hotel Roman in a place called Baile Herculane. And that's where we ended up last night at the end of day 3. So, what's happened? Well, as you know, we woke up in that Bath Resort place, not too far from Timisoara, had a nice leisurely breakfast outside. The night before, there'd been a load of Russians, or at least Russian speakers, and they'd been clearly up for a party. So Tom had gone over to join them because he likes to practice his Russian. And it turns out it was a family that some of them hadn't seen each other for 15 years. They lived all over the place. So there was Israelis, Romanians, there was a German, there were Moldovans, Bulgarians, and Russian was their lingua franca. Now, where they were from originally, I'm not sure, but I think it was Odessa. So, and they were having this big reunion. Anyway, Tom went over, and he had a brilliant time. And I actually went over a bit later on. I didn't have a lot of energy, wasn't in a party mood, but I went over and had a chat to them, and they were really nice people. So that was a pretty great evening, to be honest. Yesterday we drove into Timisoara, parked on the outskirts, and got a tram in. And Timisoara is another of Romania's biggest cities. It's the one where the revolution began in 1989. In December 1989, there was a pastor, and I think it was a Reformed church, and he kind of got people protesting, and from that the Ceausescu regime was overthrown. Not a lot of signs of that now, but it was a fortified city with a big kind of star fort, and those fortifications are mostly gone. There was a little bit at the end of the city, but the old core is intact, and there is a glorious main square. I think it's Piazza Uniril. They normally are called Piazza Uniril, but it's in a part of Romania called the Banat, which was the last bit that they were given off Hungary. I mean, the Hungarians would claim it as theirs. And it just looked very Central European. There didn't seem to be anything Balkan or particularly Romanian about it. It looked like you were in Hungary, but it was very beautiful, really nice. So we had a look around the centre, wander around there. We did try to go to the museum in the fortifications that were left, but we couldn't actually find the museum, and the tourist information was shut. So we got back on the tram and went back, and we drove through some beautiful countryside. Began to notice a pattern after a while. These long villages along a single street with the houses set back from the road, and there was always like a shop and a church, or two churches in each village. Also some wonderful wayside crosses dotting the fields. Very flat at first, straight as a die road. Got mountainous later on. We stopped for petrol, we stopped to eat, had a wonderful canteen meal in a petrol station, the best meal we've had here so far actually. But then as the evening came, we got to Baile Herculane. And this is a spa resort from the Austro-Hungarian period, had an incredible railway station, it was glorious. And then some amazing buildings from the Austro-Hungarian era. And unfortunately, some of them are in disrepair, which is really sad because they're glorious buildings. I hope they'll get done up. But the one we're staying in, the Hotel Romans, the reason we came here, I saw it on a socialist brutalist group, and it's seen as a masterpiece of socialist brutalism. Now, not really into brutalism, but I thought, yeah, we have to stay there. It's an iconic hotel. And it's the Hotel Roman because it's built over the old Roman baths. And so incorporated within the hotel building are these Roman baths. And the guy at reception, Carol, actually gave us a tour of them, and we had a look inside them. And he said they were genuine Roman baths still in use. Now, when I went to Algeria, they said they were the only genuine Roman baths still in use. So there may be two. But pretty cool. And there's a swimming pool we could use within the hotel for thermal water. But also, just down from the hotel, or up, actually, up the valley, is these rock pools that reminded me of the ones I used to go in Bulgaria. And we went down there in the dark and bathed in the rock pools and got chatting to some of the locals. And it was wonderful. And we drank some beer on the balcony, and it was just a very, very pleasant day. And that's it. We're now working on, it's really hot now, oh my god, but the sun's streaming down this narrow valley, really steep sides. It reminds me a bit when I was in Japan. It's not a million miles away from a Japanese onsen hotel, this. Anyway, that's that. Tomorrow, which is actually today, I'm going to be looking at the Danube and the Iron Gate, but that's for later. As for now, me, Uncle Travelling Matt, saying
Numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei Numai ei Numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei.
Te sun, să-ți spun ce simt acum. Alo, iubirea mea, sunt eu fericit.
Что останется после меня? Это все, что возьму я с собой.